Good morning. It's July 20th, Sunday, 2025. Do some sun gazing. I've just had revelation after revelation lately about the nature of the universe. In a broad sense, I can see the world the way Tesla does and his contemporaries, a few of his contemporaries. And that's the most pretentious thing anybody could ever say. I see the world the way a genius does, and it's true, I do. I've had revelation after revelation lately through studying philosophy, natural philosophy. That's the hardiest thing anybody could ever say. I'm acknowledging it, and I'm just blown away by the irony of it, because I know what I am. As much as a person can know things, I know that, through disobjectification, through theurgy, I have been able to get outside of my own perspective. And that's why I can make these statements, because I know what we are, and it's not ego. It's not what we are. And we really are equal in God's eyes. And I'm trying, we need to try to define terms. I didn't want to put my address in this video. Nobody's going to watch them anyway. So at least not for a while. And there she is. She's coming out. It's like 6:15 or something, probably 6:20. I don't know what the angle is, but I'll probably stare at it for the next 10 minutes while I rant. Everything, we have to realize what a field is. We have to know the mechanics of sunlight and the sun, the nature of light. If we study the nature of light, we study the nature of ourselves. When we study the cosmos, we're studying ourselves. When we study psychology or philosophy or the study of human, we are studying also the cosmos. It's all related, and it's simple. That's why a mush-mouth motherfucker like me can get it. It's like we think reading a lot of books makes you smart, which nobody does that anyway. But even if you did that, it wouldn't make you smart. The smartest person isn't the one with all the money and all the stuff. It's the person that learned to become fulfilled without all the stuff. I realized that. I spent all this time in college, I ain't got nothing. And now I know why. It's because I'll instinctively see value in things, the true value. And I didn't know that. I have a deep sense for things that actually bring value. And what is this value? Put a name on it. Put a shape to it, Max. Okay, I will. It's field theory. It's field mechanics. And if you want to understand field mechanics, you have to think about the nature of light, and you have to think about the nature of magnets and electromagnetism and all that, and the cosmos and the consciousness, because again, I'm going to keep saying it, it's all unified. And we don't have a mental framework in which to think about field theory, because from the get-go, we've been trained to think that things are distinct. We make distinctions. We quantify instead of unify. And it's a scientific fact. Unity is a scientific fact. It's not an ideal. It's not something you say to make people feel better. It's just the truth. It's a carrot on a stick, but the carrot is the truth. And so is the whip. I think we'd be better off using the carrot and knowing that the carrot is real, not just something to say. light doesn't shoot out of the sun like a bullet out of a gun. If that were the case, it would run out of bullets a long time ago. And people say, oh, well, yeah, it does. It just takes a long time. Like, no, not for the mass of the sun. It's not even talking about the sun. Take a light bulb, for example. It emits light just the way the sun does, at the exact same speed, quote unquote speed, that is not a speed, that is a rate of perturbation. I don't know words, y'all, but I just know what they mean. That's why we have to think, it's like where we come up with stupid ideas like the Big Bang, because we can't conceive that anything, we can't conceive of manifestation, we can only conceive of generation. We have to think, well, what came before? The chicken or the egg? We can't, because we think in terms of time, as if time had properties that could be malleable. Time and space have no properties. That's like saying a shadow is, you can bend a shadow. You can't bend a shadow. It's an absence of something. Just like gravity. Gravity is not a force. It's the opposite of force. It's the absence of force. And there's nothing about the mass of the earth that does any pulling on anything, or the sun. I remember that confused me when I was 10 years old, explaining it to me. It's like, that doesn't make sense. You know, if we, I'm not haughty, I'm not special. I mean, for context, I have the understanding of like a adolescent Greek Pythagorean boy. We have so much catching up to do. And it's beautiful. And we can do practical things with knowledge of the field, because I know that there's no photons going into my retina like little pieces of sand just being bombarded. That doesn't make any sense. Where would they go? Do I shit them out? I mean, that's the thing about matter, is it is generated from parts. It is, I don't know the scientific terminology here. I wish I did. I sound foolish, I'm sure. But there's little bright things. There's so much to talk about. Alright. Hope you all have a wonderful day. And peace out. One love. Talk to you later.